This morning, God was showing me, and it all has to do with seeing things and how we don't see things when we don't walk into the Spirit. And it's difficult because when I'm posting these videos and writing things and posting them, it's always about things of the Spirit, what God is showing me. And a man not of the Spirit can't understand them. And so it's foreign to them, and it actually creates a friction, if you will, or for different reasons. One is people have a feeling that they don't want somebody else to be in a higher position or a better place than them. Misery loves company, as the old saying goes. So people want to talk with and deal with people that are in the same misery or the same place they are, willing to accept the same sins as they have. And in my old days, I was no different. My friends were all the same as me. They like to party and go to Iowa football games and go to strip bars, things like that. But that's not my life anymore. So God put a couple things on my mind. The first thing He put on was the verse where He's talking to the Jews, and He says, "Your father is Satan, a murderer and a liar from the beginning." And He made the point to me about what He's talking about with the lying. We can't see into the spiritual world and what Satan's doing. And Satan doesn't want us to. He tries to keep us focused on everything else, money, power, success, the coronavirus, gay rights, this rights, that rights, everything except for Jesus. And he's very successful at it. We have so many different religions because the focus is on things different than focused on Jesus. That's the first part. The second part is what I just said with the cares of the world. He brought in the verse where He says, "Do not worry about what you will wear or what you will eat." That verse, finish it up. There's quite a bit to it. But that's what we focus on. With this coronavirus, I see so many people fearful of dying. And the thing with God is it's not about whether you die or not and trying to fight for that last little breath. It's quite the opposite. He wants you to die, not physically. Eventually you will die physically, but He wants you to die spiritually so you can understand the things of the Spirit. And to do so, you have to get rid of your fears. He said, "Do not fear." Tough thing to do. And it's hard because there are certain things in our life that we cannot overcome on our own. We have to overcome with Jesus. And the only way to get to that point is you have to look to Him. When we seek the truth and we look to Jesus, we will find Him. And you'll find that when you're in His perfect love and His perfect will, it's like a big circle, like your ring, if you're married, like what I have. If you look at it, it doesn't have a starting point or an ending point. It's just a circle. It keeps going. How you get into this circle is the question, and here's the answer. What I just said, and that is you seek Jesus. Once you seek Jesus and want to do His will and get rid of all the other things in your life as a focus point, then everything starts coming good. One other point Jesus made to me when He was talking to the rich young ruler in the verse about being perfect, He basically said, forget the part about selling all and giving to the poor. He said, you lack one thing. If you want to be perfect, come and follow me. Now, He said you had to get rid of the other stuff first, and that's what we've been talking about. It doesn't mean that you have to physically sell everything. And maybe it means, like with me, especially right now with the virus and people losing everything. There's a post today about a restaurant here, basically in my backyard, that there's no way you can stay in business unless people help them out. And there's going to be a lot of people in a position like that where they lose everything. It's sad, but when I lost everything, that's when I gained everything. God took away everything I had, and I don't know who He gave it to or where it went, but it all disappeared. And so I didn't really have a choice in the fact of selling everything I have and giving it to the poor. It was just gone. But that was the best thing that ever happened to me. And so as we go through these crises, not only the virus and the fear of maybe dying if you have that fear, but also losing your business, your house, your family, or whatever, man, I lost it all. And I am glad I lost it all, because it's what opened my eyes, where I really started seeking Jesus instead of playing church. And it's what got me on my knees instead of just pretending like everything was okay. And once I started finding Jesus and the truth, and he started revealing truth to me, then I started seeing what he meant, going back to the verse where he said to the Jews that, your father is Satan, a liar from the beginning. All the things that we see in this world, Satan keeps our focus on it. He is a liar, and he wants us to keep in the lie. And until we get rid of ourselves and are really on our knees, we can't understand it. But once we start seeing what we're supposed to see in the spiritual realm and hear what we're supposed to hear in the spiritual realm, we start seeing the truth of things, and we realize that Satan really has no power over us. We gave it to him because we wanted to remain blind. As you know, there's an old gospel song, it's been remade many times, called Amazing Grace. And in it, the guy talks about, I was blind, but now I see. And this is what he's talking about. Until you actually start seeing things of the Spirit, anything that I say won't make any difference to you. But if you're on that course and you're really seeking, keep seeking. But don't seek to make righteousness for you, or don't seek for money, or don't seek for whatever. Seek for God. As Jesus said, and how I close almost every one of my videos, seek first the kingdom of God and its righteousness, and then everything else will be given to you. I think it speaks for itself in regards to this video. Thanks.